Morning. It is Friday. And I'm here to do the live. Okay, do you see everything, Ramel? Are we good?
It looks like it.
Okay, I'll just get into it. Let me go back over here a second. All right, so today the project I'm going to demonstrate for you are these cute quilt cards. And you can make them in a few different ways. So I'm going to demonstrate the easiest way that I think it is to make them. And then I'll walk you through the other ones as well. But I think that it's a super fun project. It's unique. You can do it pretty quickly. You can also use up little quilt blocks that you already have laying around. You're just trimming them down to size. So, hi, there's everybody. Hi everyone. Good morning. Hello. What we're going to be using is the 10 gauge vinyl, the clear vinyl that I have in the shop at sewhungryhippie.com because it's nice and malleable, it's easy to sew, and it's easy to cut and manipulate. So the things you're going to want to need for this demonstration include the 10 gauge vinyl. If you already have some pieced fabrics, you can go ahead and get those out and use it. If not, I'm going to show you how I piece my fabric, or you can use your quilt blocks laying around. You're going to want all-purpose thread, unless the cotton blend works for you in vinyl sewing. That's okay too. I like the Gutermann all-purpose, and I'm just using white. I have a chrome universal needle in my machine, a size 80, which is the most common, and a Teflon foot, if I didn't say that already. I find that a Teflon foot is really essential to make sure that there's no hiccups when you're sewing vinyl like this, more plasticky vinyl like this. Okay, so I went ahead and measured a template. This is 4 inches wide by 6 1/4 inches tall. I think it's easiest to just work with a template rather than trying to measure and see the vinyl and all of that as you're making this project. Hi, everyone. So I am going to switch camera views a couple of times. Oh, I wanted to show you the other 10 gauge vinyls that we have in the shop. I have a few different colors. So this is the purple. It arrives on a roll like this, and see how dark it looks, but then you can still see through it when it's just one layer. All of this is easy to cut and sew. If you have a Teflon foot, you don't need anything else really special except for the Teflon foot. I've got pink, which I'm not going to open. I've got some yellow, but we're running really low on the yellow. So get it?
Not much left.
There's not much left? Yeah, and I'm not going to reorder for a while. So if you want yellow, go grab it. We have a little bit of teal that's come in, and this is sealed already, so I won't open that. And then the clear. And the clear is a smaller cut right now because I found a lot of people just don't want 18 by 54 inches, so I cut it down a bit, or 48 inches. Okay, so let's get into this. Hi everyone. If you can let me know where you're coming in from, I would love it. And let me know if you've shared or brought any friends today.
We have some new people too.
We do? Excellent. All right. Welcome, welcome. You know what? I am going to share this link in the comments. I'm going to grab this and pop it here in case. Oftentimes after a live, people watch after the show has ended and they don't know where to go. So I'm just going to pop that link in for the clear vinyl. And then this live video will be in a blog post on the website as well. If you click the tab that says tutorials, most of the past lives are there. Or you can go to my YouTube channel and they'll be there as well. Okay, so when I'm improv piecing, which I think is the easiest method to make these cards, I'd like to use solids because it's a really bold graphic look. And there's almost no trying. You know what I mean? I just really love it. Now, I have to mention this. These cards are from my friend Lisa DeVista over at PlymouthCards.com. I'm going to grab that link too. Even though it is in the show description, I'm going to pop it in here. I have to tell you about Lisa. She's an amazing person. And we met at our little entrepreneur convention this January in California. So her business is these cards. And what's cool about them is they have this opening where you can just slide things in and out. So let me show you what else she sent me. She sent me all these different colors. She has so many colors on her website, but I told her, well, send me like your whites, your blacks, your charcoals, that kind of thing. And then she sent me this one. She cut out a map and then slid it into here. And she actually cut out Madison. I thought that was so sweet of her. So you can do all kinds of things with these cards. So I popped her link in there. So go give her a visit and see if you can make this work for Christmas or birthday cards. Or, you know, it's fun to have a stack of cards made. And then when a date arrives out of nowhere, like it always does, and it's right now that you need to send that card, you've got them made. All you got to do is enter the name. So there is that. So here is this example. And I didn't do anything on the back. It's just literally the pieced fabric and the vinyl. And this was the easiest to slide in. This one, on the other hand, I had quilted to batting or wadding if you're in Britain. That's and then I added the white vinyl on the front. I mean, the clear vinyl on the front. And it's a little bit thicker, so a little bit peskier to slide in, but still very doable.
You could do glitter stars too. They're clear.
You could do glitter stars, yeah.
Really cool.
Glitter stars, the clear glitter stars vinyl we have in the shop. This was a pinwheel I made probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I never used these blocks. So I thought, I'm just going to cut it down. I centered it. I used my template to make sure I wasn't cutting further on one side. Oh, I didn't use my template very well, did I? I'm a little over. But that's okay. It still works. And I just sewed the vinyl on the front. This one was short, so I had to center it just right in the card so that there wasn't a gap. But I'm going to show you how to slide these in as well. Okay, so let me get piecing here. Tamara says these would be great to make sets for sewing friends as a gift. That's a great idea, Tamara. Great idea. Oh my gosh, Marita says it's 93 today. Whoo! I can't imagine. It's hardly 70 here this morning, and I feel a little chilly because we've had such warm weather, right?
Yeah. No.
Now, I'm just going to wax some fabrics, like just trim them down a bit so these pieces are easier to work with. I'm just going to use this and then this. I'm just going to sew these together. So let me get my vinyl out of the way, and I will switch camera views. I'm just going to leave my Teflon foot on. A lot of times when I'm piecing, I just leave that foot on. It doesn't cause a problem or anything. Less changing of feet. Okay, so let me bring up this, and I shall switch. Here we go. Now, my stitch length, I have it at a 3 millimeter. And I'm just going to I'm going to select these two pieces and sew down the edge here. With improv piecing, you don't have to worry so much about seam allowances and keeping everything super accurate. The name of the game is, freestyle. It's like, do whatever you want. So this one, these two are built. I'm going to lay this across like this because I want to break up the monotony a bit there. I'm going to get that under there. Come on. I to use my foot as a guide. Now I'm just going to trim off this excess really quick. Okay, now I will press. Are you seeing everything okay, Ramel?
Yeah, I am. I had a question already.
Oh, fire away.
No, this is for me actually.
Oh,
Does this work for paper piecing? With paper piecing?
oh, for sure. In fact, I was going to do some paper piecing blocks, and then I couldn't get them in time. I couldn't order them in. So yeah, you can do anything you want to. And
that
then
would look so cool.
Yeah, at the end, we'll trim it to size. So yeah, do whatever you want. Now I'm gonna add, okay, so far I've got this. So I think I'm gonna sew this one just right across here. You just wanna make sure that your edges are off the fabric so that when you sew your seam allowance, you know you're catching everything. There's no holes. Okay, let's switch over. Now you can use really, really tiny pieces. You can use large pieces. Doesn't matter at all. You do whatever makes you happy. So really, I could stop here because if I take my template, I know I've got enough fabric to be in the card, no gaps, no holes. So I could, but I'm just going to add one more piece. I like to just have a little bit of more contrast in here. So I'm going to do this one. Hopefully it'll work. Okay, we're almost there. Trim away the excess fabric so that your seams aren't super bulky for you. Flatten it all out. I try to press so that the seams are facing towards the darker fabric, just so you don't see it on the lighter fabric. So now I've got this weird, funky looking piece, and I am going to trim it down to size. So we could stick a pin or we can use clips. I'm just going to make sure that I have all the colors showing and that it fits on there. And I'll take my rotary cutter and trim all around it. And I'm going to do that really quickly here, just freestyle. I won't bother. You guys know how to trim.
I don't.
Well, then get in here, Ramel.
Well, I'm doing the monitoring of the thing.
The monitoring, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So isn't that cool? That quickly you have a piece done. Now, maybe, do you think we should, no, I don't want to mess with flipping the camera all around today. Let's just keep going. What I'm going to do without flipping the camera is I'm going to lay the vinyl over top. And I'm cutting around so there's just a little bit extra around the edge because I'm going to sew around the edges to attach the vinyl to the fabric piece first. Then I'm going to cut it down to the exact size. And I do that for a reason because sometimes if you're not used to sewing these materials like this vinyl, sometimes it can shift. So I'm going to show you how I prevent that. Let me just trim this down a little bit so it's easier for me to hold. It cuts like butter. I mean, I'm just using my rotary cutter, not pressing hard, no special tricks. Okay, so I've got it here. Now, there's a little bit extra around all the edges. I'd say about 1/4 inch. So I take my jumbo Wonder Clips and I grab it. You can use a million clips if you want. You do whatever you need to do. The other day I just used one and it was enough for me.
Can you zoom it in? Can you make a close up of just how far the cut is from the quilt?
What do you mean?
I'm just curious to see it close up in the camera. Maybe.
Like this?
Yeah.
So see
Yep.
how the vinyl is overlaid?
Yeah.
And we have about 1/4 of an inch around all the sides. So now I'm going to switch the camera view and sew it on for you, and you'll see how easy this is with a Teflon foot. If you've tried sewing vinyl and have had problems because you didn't have a Teflon foot on, that's the source of the problems. Oh, and we have a free PDF on how to sew vinyl at sewhungryhippie.com. So it's a blog post. It's at the very top of the website. Click here for free sewing vinyl guide, or some wordage like that.
I'm gonna pop it in here.
Perfect. And that blog post will walk you through my tips. Plus, there is a printable PDF. So you can just kind of print it out and have it nearby. Because I always need reminders. I don't know about you guys. All right, here we go. I'm going to start sewing this. I like to have it about 1/8 of an inch in on the fabric edge. So the vinyl is at the edge of my foot. And then my needle is about 1/8 of an inch in. Now that's just being real picky. You can do whatever you want. If you want to see your threads in the card, you'll want a bigger seam allowance. But you can see I'm not pushing it. I'm not pulling. Now this machine is mechanical, so it doesn't, I have to hit it to stop. So needle down, lift the foot, turn the corner. See how it just slides right through? There's no problems at all. No bubbles, no gaps, nothing. That's the beauty of a Teflon foot right there. Then you'll come in and trim your threads. Now you can trim with your rotary cutter and use your template as a guide, get it right on your fabric, and then use your acrylic ruler and your rotary cutter and trim it. I'm just going to do it with scissors so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just taking it right to the edge of the fabric. Because if you have too much extra, it won't fit in the card right. I experimented with this, so I'm telling you what works. Okay, just trimming away the excess vinyl here. There we are. Now I'm going to use this card. This is how it looks. And she has a little quickie video on her website. If you have any trouble getting it to slide in, she recommends wearing those rubber fingertips. Can you see what I'm doing here, Ramon?
I can. Yep.
So lay it on a flat surface and then lift the edge up and begin it. So this is what it looks like here, right? And then just grab it with your fingers and slide it up like this. Ah, so easy.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a stained glass window effect or something. I don't know. And by the way, these are not postcards. They're actual like thick paper. I don't know. What would Dan say? This is 100-pound matte paper with texture or something like that. Dan at Wisconsin Printing Company, he prints all my patterns for me. He's amazing. And my stickers. But he would know what weight pattern the paper this is. I don't. PlymouthCards.com. How cute. Her little logo on the back is really small. And there's the inside where you can write your love letter. And then there's that. And I feel like with something like this, they could frame this and put it up on the fireplace mantle, and it would still be cool, you know? Okay.
See, Tamara said, look store-bought already.
Yay! That's what I like to hear. Thanks, Tamara. So this one, I have a video. I don't know if you can grab the link you might not know what it looks like. It's called the Zipillow, zipper and pillow combined. Yeah, he's looking at me like a deer in headlights.
That is the good analogy.
Let me.
Is that in the shop?
No, it's on my YouTube channel.
Oh, I can pull it up.
Here, I found it already. I'll share it. Hold on.
You beat me to it.
I'm going to share this link, you guys, because this is how I improv pieced this section. So I'll put that there for you.
Well, Jamie had a question.
Okay, fire away.
I'm just popping it.
You can add HTV to customize it.
It's not a question. It's just you can add
heat transfer vinyl
as well. Yeah.
You know what? I haven't worked with heat transfer vinyl, so I'm not sure about that. But if you do it, I want to see. That'd be really cool.
Yes, please share it.
Yes. Okay, so this is improv pieced, and then it's quilted onto batting. And you can see exactly all the steps on how I did this in that link that I just shared for the Zipillow tutorial. That's a free tutorial also. It is fun. It's a great way when you can't think very much and you just want to sew. I like projects that are improv pieced and then straight line quilting. Super simple, but it looks fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting my template on here like this, and then I'm going to cut around it to size. And I'm just going to do this without switching that camera. And then I'll show you what it looks like. And again, this will be a little bit thicker than the way we just did it, but it's not impossible. Okay, same system. Here's my piece that I just cut with the batting on the back, quilted already. I don't recommend quilting with the vinyl on top if it's this close together. You can definitely quilt it if you have, inch apart lines, because if you're going to quilt this close together, you run the possibility of perforating the vinyl. But you know what? You can always experiment too. You don't have to listen to anything I say. Live your life, right? Okay, so I'm trimming down my vinyl so it hangs over about 1/4 inch all around. And then I'll use my clips again. Wonder clips are great because if you try to pin this, if you put pins through this vinyl, it's there forever, those holes, those pin holes. So just be aware of that. There we go. And then the same system. I'm just going to baste all the way around and then trim the vinyl down. So let's do it. Let me switch this view here. All right, again, here we are. Gutermann thread, Teflon foot. Stitch length is a 3 millimeter. I'm going to stop with my needle down, lift the foot, turn. This is right towards the edge, so about 1/8 inch from the fabric edge. Last section. See, with that Teflon foot, there's no pulling. So there's no bubbling. There's no puckering. All those troubles go away with a Teflon foot. I'm telling you, it's such a good investment for your machine. And it can often work with leather if you work with leather or any other sticky-ish material. And there it is, ready to go. And I just leave that side as is. Okay. All right, let's transition here. And I'm going to get another card. I'm going to pick from the stack here. She even sends envelopes. You could send this whole thing through the mail. How preciously cute. Let's see. Let's pick a I wonder how it would look with black. Let's try it. So I'm just, again, going to set it down, gently lift that flat to get it kind of started a bit. And then slide it up. Now it's a little tougher to slide because of the thickness. And then once you get to this end, you'll have to lift that end flat just a touch. But there it is. It's in. Oops. There we are. It's in.
That looks cool.
It does, right?
Yeah.
It looks harder than what it is. And I love a project like that. All right, cool. So what are your questions? These, again, are Plymouth cards and plymouthcards.com and the 10 gauge clear vinyl. Use your scraps. I think this would look equally as cute in various printed fabrics. You know, you could have a real shabby chic line going on. And again, she has all different colors for cards if you want to go grab those.
You can even add tassels so it has like a 3D look.
You know what? You could. Or you could take a glue gun around the outer edge and glue beads or stuff along. I mean, rickrack. You could go crazy. I know some of you are super explorative and creative, and I know you'll do some amazing things. So there's that project. Let's see. What is there anything I need to add? Okay. You can iron your fabric just fine. Okay. But once you get the vinyl on here, you can't iron so it touches the vinyl. If you were to iron this, I don't know why you'd have to at this point, but you would want to iron from the wrong side or the fabric side, and that's okay. You have to be really careful with the more plasticky vinyl like this. Some other vinyls in our shop, like Moonglow vinyl and Stardust and Croc and the soft vinyls, you can iron all of those directly from the wrong side. You don't need any cloth or anything. Don't iron it from the front, though. Always from the back side. Yeah, Ava, you can use a Teflon sheet for the other vinyls if you must iron from the front, but I find I don't need to. I just iron from the wrong side. And same with bags. So last week I shared sewing the glitter webbing straps to this bag. If you want to go rewatch that, you can. And some people have asked me how to get rid of wrinkles. You guys, I iron my bags all the time from the inside. I just take my iron and I go like this from the inside, and it just takes all those wrinkles right out. Okay, so you may need to let it air out for a minute, but for this clear vinyl, sometimes it gets vapory looking, but that goes away. Oops, I had earring pieces in here. A lot of times I have to use my mini iron. If it's a smaller size bag, just get a mini iron. They work. And I always press my bags from the inside. So there's that one. I've used my 10 gauge vinyl to make my largest backpack. This is the Trina backpack. This is 10 gauge vinyl.
Holy moly.
I know, it's
backpack.
huge.
Yes.
Well, it has a ton of stuff in here. I store this in the attic. These are all clothes I've made that I don't wear. So I just keep them, I don't know. But that's been in the attic for months. And then this one, this is the blue. We have blue. Did I not show blue? I didn't bring blue up. Who knows why? I keep our bungee cords for the car in here, and this stays in my trunk. Notice I have the instructions.
Good.
I know, aren't you proud of me? And that I keep in the car. This tutorial is a video on my YouTube channel as well. And I used a dot kit pattern by Karen somebody. I can't think of her name at the moment, but I love her pattern. It's super good. and it's for fabric. So I just adapted it to one layer of vinyl super fast. And this pouch I made, and so this is pink glossy vinyl. And then I appliqued fabric boom boxes. And then I added clear vinyl 10 gauge over top of those and sewed it all down. And I love this. It's like a cute little zipper pouch, super fast. You know, you can really explore and make a lot of fun things with these materials. Here's my bigger, this is my essentials tote that I made just like this one. See how much bigger it is? I use this for grocery shopping. And again, the glitter webbing, we have all different colors in the shop. If you don't know about this, it's super easy to sew, or you can rivet it on, whatever you want. And so I took Gogo Kim's quilt block that she sent me and slapped some vinyl on it so it would never get dirty. This is also a video tutorial on my YouTube channel. I feel like a lot of people don't know about my YouTube channel, so I'm really trying to let you guys know there's a ton of stuff over there if you explore it.
How many videos do you have there?
I don't know. I know I have over 113, but not all of them are public.
Yeah.
So I think over 100 are public.
Yeah.
But anywho, I don't know how I got there. Next up, since we're done with our demo, I wanted to mention that just this morning I put a bunch of mountain saddlebag kits in the shop. The kits have everything you need. Oops. The hardware, the vinyl, the exterior, the lining fabric, the SF101, the foam, everything is in there. The pattern, it has pattern pieces. This is an Emmeline Bags pattern called the Mountain Saddlebag. And I have several, right now I have 3 versions listed. I'm working on a 4th. I'm coordinating them so everything looks good together. You know how I'm picky about that. So one is canvas and lining, and then the others are soft vinyl and quilting cotton for the lining. Super easy to sew. All of them you can do on your home machine. Don't worry. So those are fresh in the shop. And I'm trying to think what else we had we had a bunch of hardware come in this morning. So I will be busy as a bee packing some hardware up and making other kits that have been requested, but I just didn't have all the hardware for. So that's coming. Stay tuned. The email this Sunday, as usual, will have links to all the stuff that I'm talking about. Dalva said the machine covers with the clear vinyl. That's also on my YouTube channel. I made a machine cover for my sewing machines out of orange clear vinyl. It's happy. It's a good way to keep the dust off. So.
Oh, Nancy.
What?
Look at that.
When will you be teaching how to be fearlessly creative? Okay, so Nancy, I kind of think that that's my calling in life. More than having this shop is giving people confidence. I think I'm good at that. I used to be the worst runner on the entire cross-country team in my high school, but I was team captain because I believed in everybody, including myself. Even if I was slow, I just knew that the point of it all is to do it, is to just go for it. So I joke around with Amy on the podcast a lot about diving off the high dive, but I do believe that you have the power and the strength within you to just go for things. You have to turn off the voice in your head. Your own self-critic is the worst. And you have to tune out what other people are doing around you and the comparison, because that will often squash our confidence and our belief in ourselves immediately. And it makes me unhappy. So if I start looking on social media and start comparing myself to other people, I immediately notice a drain of energy and a sour attitude, and I just feel bad. So I've shifted how I thought into, wow, she's amazing, and I know if I met all these people in real life, I would absolutely adore them. So now I just have a different kind of thought. So my point of all that rambling is try to think in a different way. So instead of expecting a great outcome, just expect, let's see what happens. And some people have taken my mantra on that and twisted it. And, I've gotten emails about, oh, well, easy for you to say, you can just throw that out. I can't waste any money. Well, even if you messed up, you can salvage those materials into something else. And so I take a lot of the clothing that I've made and I wear one time and never again, and I cut them up and put them in a patchwork quilt. And it looks like that was always meant to be. And nobody knows. I don't announce it, that it was clothing gone wrong or clothing that wasn't living up to my expectations. I just make something else and go with it, kind of going with the flow. There's all kinds of famous, really wise quotes out there, and I always forget them as soon as I'm done reading them. But I'm thinking about posting them more often so that people know it's fine to mess up. It's expected. You should be messing up. If you're not messing up a project, then you're not pushing your boundaries. So that's what I think.
And everyone starts from somewhere. You did too.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's why I love beginners, because they really have no expectation. They're just like, I don't know, can I sew a napkin? Maybe. And then it turns out it might be wonky or not the right size, but they're ecstatic about it because they did it.
Yeah.
And I love that beginner mindset. So I try to remember that. And it can be hard. The better you get at something, whatever hobby or craft it is, I think it's easier to become harder on yourself because you have this expectation. And some days it just doesn't happen. So just like a workout, some days it's easy and some days I feel like I'm going to die. So it's just, I don't know what that is. So I kind of went off on a tangent, or got on my soapbox, as they say, but I do believe in that really strongly and deeply. And with some emails that have been coming in regularly, I want to talk about that more and more, because everyone is an artist. Everyone is a maker. Everyone is creative. Everyone can sing. You may not be Rihanna, but you can sing. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. Everyone can write a story. Everyone can tell a story. It really makes me upset when people box themselves in because of something they've heard or a flippant comment from somebody that doesn't even know them. And it gets you deep in your heart. You gotta block that out. So I try to look at the positive side of everything. It doesn't always happen, does it? So, I have days where it's rough, but it's a learning process.
Think of the sloth spirit.
What's that? The sloth spirit.
Ruby.
Ramel, you're going to have to circle back with that one. Oh, yay. I'm glad. Yes, teaching beginners is the best. They have a clean canvas, right? No preconceived notions. No, that's not how I do it. I remember one time I was teaching my zipper pouch, my easy zipper cases pattern in a class. And this woman refused to do the corners like my pattern says and how I teach it. She knew how to do corners a different way. And I said, well, I'm not going to fight you. Go ahead and do the corners your way if you want to. And then her pouch turned out like ultra skinny and ultra tall because it wasn't the right way to do it for that specific pattern. And I thought, oh, man, poor you. Just threw it out and was sad. Wish I had saved the scraps. You know what, Kieran? Don't beat yourself up about that either, because I have had times where I've spent a long time on something and I'm just so mad at the end of it if it didn't work out that I just immediately went outside and set it on fire. So I advocate for whatever makes your heart feel better and free. But now you know that's an option. I have a whole laundry basket of projects that I keep that were not how I wanted them to end up, that I will cut up or alter or use in a different way. I just keep that basket around. The other day, I cut off a strap of a bag because I didn't like it. And then I added on one of my sewable leather straps, and I love it. I don't even know what took me so long. Sometimes you just have to get away from it and rethink. Dalva, 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 Dalva. And you are a bag expert. I know. See, the better you get, you see the mistakes. And I used to tell my friends at market, you know, I would hear them talking about a bag they were selling or whatever, and they would mention a little mistake, and I would think, oh my gosh, why are they mentioning that mistake? Nobody else sees it. Literally nobody. And so I would tell them later, dude, don't say that. They don't even notice how seams are put together on ready to wear shirts at Target. Like, nobody looks. If they don't sew, they don't know what to look for. So
That rhymed.
I'm Dr. Seuss. If they don't sew, they don't know. Yeah. Yep, we really should be, Tamara. So true. Preach on, you have lightened my day. Well, see, that's what I was here for. That's perfect. And that's why you are here, Debbie. I think you are the first instructor that looked at my mistake and said, doesn't matter. Still the only bag that I carry that I don't focus on the mistake because it all worked out. Yep, it does. It really does work out. I'm so glad, Lee. Oh. Carol says, one of the most freeing things I realized was if I have a UFO that I no longer love, just dissect and repurpose. Yep, do it. So, and you know what? On that note, I have also picked up bags at Goodwill just for the hardware. Cut off the hardware, got rid of the cheapo bag. So, you know, just keep it in mind. It's amazing what can happen. Bethany, only happy accidents, right? Serendipitous mistakes. I love all the ideas. They are very helpful. Oh, thanks, Amy. Elizabeth says you can see a mistake on the day you sewed it, but the next day it's hard to find. That is so true. And you know what else I find? You guys know maybe that I also make quilts. And a lot of times I'll immediately see, cut off point or a half square triangle that isn't perfect. And I'll, kind of get angry at myself. And then I put it away, come back a day or 2 or 3 later. And I think, wow, this really looks actually pretty. I really like it, actually. I think you just need to step outside for a minute. As they say, take a break. Take a break from it. And also, sometimes when I finish a bag or a piece of clothing or even a quilt, I don't know why, but I have to put that thing away for 6 months. And then I come back to it in 6 months and I love it. I don't know what is going on there, but it happens to me a lot. Not always, but a lot, I will say. So there's that. Okay, did I get every question, Ramel? Do you know?
I think
Have you been watching or have you been scrolling your phone?
I'm on my phone and on my tablet here. I'm looking at both. I think I saw something about hardware here.
Okay. All right. Somebody mentioned these cards would be good for a swap. Do it. If you do it, tag Lisa DeVista. She has Plymouth cards. And tag me too. I want to see that. If anyone runs a swap, that would be amazing. Yay! And Nancy says, I find the shared struggles to be so comforting. I've said it before. This group is like a warm hug. And that's how I want this to be. The group, my brand. I want everybody to know you are welcome here. It doesn't matter how good you are at something. If you know everything, if you know nothing, I've said it before, I'm not an expert at anything. I just know more about certain things than others, but I'm always going to share when I don't know, and I'll find you the answer, or when I mess up, I do share that on social medias because I think it is important to know that everybody messes up. All right. I think we've covered everything. I thought this was going to be a really short live, but you guys, I just feel like I shared a piece of my heart with you again, and I just love that. Thank you so much for showing up, and please bring a friend, share it, do whatever you can. I want people to know that there are groups like us around, and we're not exclusive. We are inclusive, and I love that. So, are we going to be back next week? We are.
Yeah.
What's next week? It is the 10th. We are busily cleaning the shop, the new boutique site, warehouse / shop. We don't know what we're going to call it yet. I'm calling it a boutique. It sounds.
Alva was asking about it.
Yeah?
Yes.
So we're cleaning it now, and we're going to be painting, and then soon we're going to be moving everything over. So we might announce like a 2-day or maybe 3 days where we're not shipping items because we're installing shelves and putting everything. I can't wait. I'm going to share a video with you guys, probably on one of those lives in June. We'll just do it live from there.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Maybe on a mobile.
We need the internet.
I know, you can wear your GoPro and I'll have the big camera like in 1986. Yeah, we'll do something fun. So anyways, let's do a little giveaway, Ramel.
Oh, you want me to use the okay.
Yeah, what we'll do this time is a gift card to sohungryhippie.com. If you win, you'll just email me, Natalie@sohungryhippie.com, and I will send you your gift card link, and it will automatically apply to your cart. So don't even worry.
All right, here we go with it.
I feel really thirsty today. Go ahead. You're gonna do your
Yes, I am.
Bob Barker wheel thing. Ready?
Yes, that's right. Here we go.
Okay. He's not looking. He's not looking.
I'm not.
Dalva says that would be a great before and after. That's a good point.
I got
I'm gonna
Nancy.
have to do that. Nancy, what's the last name, Ramel?
I just popped it in.
As a comment?
Yep.
Nancy Wallace. I don't see it now. What happened to it?
Oh, I'll pop it right back in.
Nancy Wallace Ison from Kentucky. Yay, Nancy. Give me an email and I will send you your gift card for being here today. Okay? Natalie@sohungryhippie.com. All right. I'll be sending an email out Sunday. And in the meantime, you guys stay safe and healthy and take care of you. Be kind to yourself. All right. Bye.